This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in Sports. Here, Kenneth B. Inch with Feefo. What up, bro?
What it do?
Hey, man, we, doing a quick recap of the basketball game. The USA basketball team struck gold. Yeah, man, the last two games have been incredible basketball at high levels.
Yes.
And clutch moments from the basketball team. But I really wish I had the feeling that you have right now of what it was like when I watched Curry in the last 2 minutes and 22 seconds of that game. Bro,
Crazy.
It's just like it was, man. Like, yeah, this shit was insane. Like, you're talking about a guy that said he wanted to win a gold medal, and the last two games went out and did his part to win the gold medal. 4 straight threes.
Yeah. Now, and Ken, it's the way that he did it. Like, my wife was like, why they call him the chef? I said, because he be cooking, he get hot. That's why they call him the chef. He be chefing it up out there. And you saw it. And I said, I was telling my wife that the beautiful thing about this USA basketball team was the 3 best players dominated in the way that they dominate. LeBron dominates the entire game. He doesn't have to score to dominate. He gets rebounds. He'll check the best player when he needs to. He did that with Joker. He did that, not as much with Wemby, but he guarded Wemby a couple of possessions, right? He makes the right play. There was one time that he came down. He gave the back door to Steph. Steph gave it to KD for a wide open 3. It's the hockey assist. Like, LeBron plays a complete floor game. And then KD dominates one-on-one. With his height and his ability to put the ball on the floor and raise up, you're not blocking the shot. So he gets what he wants. So those 3 guys dominated in the way that you want them to play. And the crazy thing about it is, Ken, watching them play together is that their games are complementary to one another. And Steph did what you need Steph to do. Hey, bro, just keep shooting when you open. You Steph Curry, if you miss, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You get the ball movement. You have gravity. But when it matters most, this man, he got hot in that microsecond. And that's the thing about Steph Curry that I've been saying for years, Ken, because we've been seeing it. He is a demoralizer. He is the biggest demoralizer because you could be in the game and Steph just erupts like this for a 2-minute stretch, and you're out the game, and that's the game, and there's nothing you can do about it. And we saw all 3 of those guys dominate. We saw the complement of the rest of the team, but it was just a beautiful thing to watch. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, too, Ken. Hold on, before you go, I want everybody to shut the hell up about Steve Kerr because they chose that man to do the job, and he did it his way. And that's what great coaches do. So shut up about this person ain't play, that person ain't play. Well, guess what? Devin White ain't play. Derek White ain't play. Do I hear the uproar? Why is there not an uproar? The matchup didn't dictate that. Now, you can feel a type of way, but you're not the coach. They entrusted Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr got the job done, yes or no?
He got it done, yeah.
I want to hear no more.
I will say there were moments, because I think everybody got on the court except Derek White. I think even Halliburton got in. I thought I saw him out there. I can't remember exactly. He didn't. Okay. So that wasn't him I was looking at. But he don't give a damn, bro. he don't care. Like,
did you see what he posted on IG?
Nah.
He said, "This is when you get an A for a group project, but you didn't do nothing." It's the truth.
Yeah, like. You know where you are, man, in the pecking order. Like, you really going to look at the rest of that roster. Like, you can maybe look at White or Drew Holiday and be like, yeah, I probably should play with them, but you don't have their strengths. So, because really they controlled the game for the most part. The first half was close, but then they started to kind of build a lead, but they were just doing silly turnovers. And kept France in the game. And I'll get to France in a second. But when it was 82-79, I was like, okay, 2 minutes, 22 seconds left on the clock. Who's going to win this game for them? Because it wasn't, even though I said in the chat that they're going to blow the game, but it's still, you got LeBron, you got KD, you got Curry. We've seen LeBron settle everybody down and win the game for them. And it wasn't him, it was Curry. And I'm happy for him that he got his medal, but I'm happy that he was the one that did it. He was the spark that did it. He was the one that rescued this team because in the exhibition, LeBron was doing it. LeBron was making the game-winning buckets or the big plays. But this was Curry moment, this game in the semifinals. And this is what champions, heart of a champion do. And 100%. He was like, I want to win a gold, and no one is going to take that from me. And one of the things I loved the most was that everybody knew, bro. Steph got the rock and was dribbling the ball up. And then he'll pass it to LeBron. And I was like,
right back to him.
Yeah, the calmness of LeBron to do a behind-the-back pass in a 3-point game.
Ken, all of them, forget that behind it. All of them. The one early on, when he came and he wrapped it around, I was like, yo, because I saw it, but I'm like, he's not going to do it. Then he did it. I was like, yo.
Dwayne Wade said it best. I don't know why he even tried that. I was just like, what are you doing?
And that's what I'm saying, Ken. I think, again, that's the most beautiful thing about watching this Olympic team play is that they really had a camaraderie and synergy. And talking about synergy, the way that the game started, you could tell that both teams were ready, and this felt like a championship bout. You know what I'm saying? They came down here to 3. We come down here to 3. They make a layup. They get a dunk. They get a putback. It was back and forth, and it was high energy from the beginning. I feel like the Serbia game didn't feel the same way. It felt more like a slugfest. Like it was grittier, dirtier. Joker controls the game. So does LeBron. So it's kind of like this tug of war going back and forth. But this was high energy from everybody. But the other thing too, Ken, that I took away, and I was telling my wife, because I watched it a little bit, past, before they really got into the interviews and like that. You saw Wemby cry. And it's two things that I like about that. Number one, obviously, he gives a damn. He wants to win, so it hurt. Number two is you saw how crazy, talented, and freakish athletically he is. But this is why 20-year-olds can't dominate, because they don't know how to yet, Ken. The 3 guys that we're talking about for USA, LeBron, KD, Steph, been there, done that. All 3 of them is champions. All 3 of them MVPs. All 3 of them went to Game 7s. They know what it is. They could pull from that experience. Wemby had moments, spurts in the game, but he didn't dominate the game. Even though Joker lost in the semis, Joker dominated the game because he could pull on that experience. But what you see from Wemby, it's like, yo, you know what? In LA, them boys might win gold. And that's what I told my wife. I was like, hey, he's going to win a gold before he's done playing Olympic basketball. That's the trajectory he's on. This is just not your time. You win against 3 GOATs of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not your time. But the fact that you were here and you got to experience it, it's only going to make him better for next season and beyond.
He wanted this game. France wanted the USA. That's why they played very, very hard and was really close. I mean, it's in Paris. So so everything, they wanted the matchup. They were not afraid of the USA, and Wemby was ready. Wemby is going to be scary, bro. Like, I was watching that. I was like, he got everything. And Embiid couldn't do anything with him. AD could barely do anything with him. Like, and shit, that was a 3. He was hitting clutch big shots. Except, when Curry hit. Yeah, when Curry hit the 3, he couldn't answer it. And then at that point, Curry hit him with, and then it, like you were talking about earlier, then it's like, oh man, it's demoralizing. It's a wrap. But I don't know if this quote, but there was a quote that they put in the chat talking about that everybody needs to, I'm going to see if I can pull it up. But Wemby has Ant's attitude too, if this is the real quote. Does. Yeah, and that's the other thing that I love, because he wants to be great. And this was posted on, let me see, I'll make sure I get the Twitter account, Legion Hoops. So, of course, he said, I'm learning, as you mentioned, I'm worried for the opponents in a couple of years. The reporter asked him in FIBA or the NBA. Both. He said everywhere. Yeah. That's what he said. 100%. He said everywhere. Bro, what are they going to do with that?
You see it. You see it. It exudes. It's not all the way put together yet. That's why I always say, look, it don't matter how good you are. It takes 3 to 5 years to just figure it out at this level. And you saw that once he puts it together, there's not a matchup. He moves like KD. He's taller than Gobert. And he has handles. Like early on, right? Like when Fred came out with the super energy, he got a post up and he spun real quick and scooped it under Embiid. I'm like, bro, that's Embiid.
Embiid can only play 11 minutes. Kirk can even play him, bro. He had to play AD and KD, and that's why he had to start KD, because KD has height enough. But he's going to be an issue. He's going to be an issue. But nah, man, this was the only game I actually sat down and watched. I only caught the halftime. I only caught the second half because I was out and about. But I was definitely entertained because I really wanted to watch it for Curry. I was like, I wanted to see Curry and see the moment hit him and what it feels like. Even Tatum got some time. He only scored 2 points, but
it's the matchup, Ken.
Yeah.
It's the matchup, and that's why I said get off Steve Kerr nuts. Let Steve Kerr do what he had to do, because guess what? If they didn't believe in him, they would have picked somebody else. But they believe in him, so let him do it his way. He said, and this is a paraphrasing quote, that it's not about what Jason Tatum is or isn't doing. It's about what the other guys are doing. We're not talking about the others like it's not KD and LeBron.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about KD and LeBron. We're not talking Paul George. We're not talking Kawhi. We're talking KD and LeBron. So guess what? In certain matches, you even see that the starting lineup was different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had to start KD.
In FIBA, especially during the Olympics, they switch up the lineups. Gobert used to start with Wemby. And guess what? The last 2 games, Gobert's coming off the bench. So at the end of the day, get off Steve Kerr's nuts. He got the goal. He may not have done it the way you would have done it, but he got it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And Tatum it wasn't the right matchup that he felt. And he's the coach. He's entitled to DNP, whoever he decides to DNP.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also thought it just in that fourth quarter, him starting that with Drew Holiday, AD, and somebody else. But I think the game I think Ant made a silly turnover and they got it within 6 or something. But he came out with a defensive-minded lineup.
Picking up.
Yeah, to kind of lock down on it. And it paid dividends for them with Drew's intensity. He had a big 3. He had a good pass to LeBron. But yeah, man, it's just last thing, my favorite moment, and this is why I'm glad, when Curry hit that second 3, and when he ran down the court. No, not that one. That was good too. That was after that was when he got it back to 6, and he was like, "Everybody, calm down. I got this." When he hit the second one, he was talking to Draymond, and he said, "Don't worry about me."
About me, yep.
Bruh. That's when, if I'm France, at that point, you know you're in trouble.
It's a wrap.
You know you're in trouble because he talking shit.
Ken, how many times have we watched Steph Curry during the playoffs, right? Sometimes we do it live on Dead End Sports. Sometimes back a couple years ago, we used to actually go out to a sports bar, watch it, and then come back on the telecast a day or 2 later and talk about it. We've seen Steph Curry go through 2 to 5 minute spurts where what you gonna do, bro? He take 2 dribbles past half court, he let it go over 2 people, and then the last one came.
Oh my God! You knew it was going in.
100%. He's too hot. He was cooking, Ken.
Yeah,
the kitchen was on.
And he said, somebody asked him about that shot. He said also, because they said he shot it off his left foot, and he said also he kind of mentioned the fatigue a little bit, but he practiced those. So it's just like at this point the game's over. I'm gonna just throw it up. And as soon as it went up, I was like, he's gonna hit that.
Yeah.
And that's when he put him to sleep, and it was a wrap, bro. So yeah, but nah, don't worry about me. That should be a quote, bro. That's gonna be one. I think it's gonna stay around. Like
Under Armour needs to do something with that.
So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I'm glad I was able to watch it, and
it was a star-studded arena. Ken, Sha'Carri Richardson was in the house courtside. Carmelo was at the last 2 games with his son, which is crazy. ESPN on IG, they posted it was early Steph with a kid Cayenne, and Carmelo was in a suit, and then now you see all three of them. Cayenne damn near as tall as his dad. I don't think Bryce and Bronny were at this game, but they were at the Serbia game courtside. So it's just crazy to think Ken Bron is about to turn 40 this year, and he's still the dog amongst dogs, the leader amongst leaders. You know what I'm saying? And the level that he's still playing at, you could tell, like, if you just started watching basketball, you would watch him and be like, damn, he's one of the most athletic people in the league. But knowing, because we've seen him from day one, it's like I understand and marvel what he could still do. But some of the plays that he didn't get, like on the Yabusele one, young Bron, that would have been a block. Oh, he would have got that. And then we're talking about blocks, Ken. The block he had with you know what? So man, look, this game is everything that you wanted from the Americans. They put on an entertaining show, but just beyond that, man, you could just tell the love for the game. And if they didn't love the game, Steph, KD, and Bron wouldn't be here. Because we romanticize the '92 Dream Team, but Bird was Bird wasn't as old as LeBron. Bird was younger than Steph. And Bird couldn't go like that.
Yeah, that broken back. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to marvel these guys and the level that they're still playing at, Ken, it's crazy. You know, I always talk about another thing, another FIFOism is old man game. It's old man game. And this is still not like super old man game because all three of them still have a certain level of athletic ability left. We still haven't really seen the decline. Like, I can't turn the corner. Steph can still, you gonna jump, still get where he wants to go. You know what I'm saying? I want to see when he become his daddy. Because that's all man. If Curry wants to play to 40-something like LeBron is gonna do, he could do it. KD could do it. Bron is doing it. But Ken, beyond that, I don't know. I don't look, man, as much as I love Ant and I feel like, you know, this was a positive experience for him, I'm still worried about 2028.
Well, you know, we got 4 years to see who's going to be up next and it's a lot of international players coming into the NBA too. So it's reason to be concerned. I did like that Ant was embracing the OGs, bro. The quote, he was like, keep some OGs around you. I thought that was dope, man. And the amount of stuff he may have learned, because when I'm watching them, like, there's a real camaraderie and friendship and admiration that they have for one another. Especially the big three, and even Embiid just being part of that, AD as well. And Ant just kind of soaking it in. You can see him just soaking it all in, man. Like all the game that he's probably getting. And just talking to them. Like, can you imagine? Wade said this. D-Wade mentioned this on the telecast. He caught an alley-oop from his idol, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it don't get any better than that. Yeah. It don't get any better than that. But now it's like, what is he going to take from this to become that guy?
You know what, Ken? One of the biggest things, especially when we're talking about, obviously, is the big three and everybody else, right? It felt, at least to me, and tell me if I'm wrong or if I'm, you know, on a ship, you know, headed to a deserted island. It felt like everybody else's light dimmed just a little bit to fit into what they were doing. It felt like Ant's light wasn't dimmed. Ant was Ant. The way Ant plays in the NBA is how he play. Just in smaller minutes. Y'all don't need me to, you know, do everything. We got the big dog.
But he had a big moment in the Olympics too.
Exactly. Yep. He had a big moment, but it felt like he was just always him. He was outspoken. He played how he played. He was him. Where Booker, he felt he slid into a role. Jason Tatum slid into a role. Everybody else slid into a role. Except for the big three and Ant, in my opinion. So I think that is one of the positive things coming out of here. We'll see how he translates that into the regular season and beyond, and to 2028, because they're going to need him. What we saw these guys do the USA team is going to need 2 or 3 games of that from him if they're going to win gold again.
Yeah. It'll be, and Tatum should be there, and who's the other guy? I don't know. I think we'll see, but I think that's a good point about everybody sliding into a role because everybody just looked like their legs were dim. Like AD was just a guy. Like AD was relegated to damn Bam status, bro.
True, but that's what this team needed though.
And he had some big blocks in that fourth quarters and a lot of redirections and shots. Like he intimidated a lot of shots, but
deflections as well. He got his hand on a lot of passes in the passing lane.
Yep. But yeah, Booker was just as great as he is. He was just a guy out there, which is crazy.
3 and D. That's it. Oh, that's all you need to do. I bet.
Yep, man. But he's just one of the best shooters in the league. But yeah, he just fit in with everybody else and was just waiting for his moment. So, man, it was a good game, man. And I'm just really happy that Curry finally got his gold medal. That was the last thing that was missing from his list. Katie got 4, which is crazy.
Bron
got 4 too.
08, 12, 16, and 2024.
Yeah, so and KD's I think the all-time leading scorer too. So yeah,
and I think LeBron is all-time rebounds and assists, which makes sense. It's crazy. And then LeBron is the only player to get a triple-double in USA or in Olympic basketball. He's done it twice. He's the only player to ever do it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, man. Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about it more with everybody else Tuesday. That's all I got. You got anything else?
Man, I could talk all day, but I just want to hear what Nick got to say about Steve Kerr because I'm gonna shut all that down. But nah, I think at the end of the day, Ken, I said that the expectation was gold, and I felt like we were gonna get it because we were the best team. But I'm not that confident beyond this point. But that's a good thing for basketball, though. Like it's not a bad thing. It's really honestly a good thing for basketball. But I just think that we have to take it more seriously to be able to foster a team that has more chemistry and camaraderie because this team was only together for a few weeks. Moving forward, you're not going to be able to beat teams doing that because teams now have 1 through 8 or 9, sometimes 10 NBA players. France had 7, 8, 9 NBA players. Canada has 7, 8, 9 NBA players.
Yeah, it was names I recognized because I did Yabusele play in the NBA?
Yes, he played in the league.
I thought he did. Yeah, he's just not. He said if somebody calls, he'll come back. But
yeah, but he said he's not chasing because he's happy in Spain. He's happy.
He might get a call after that dunk on LeBron, bro.
And D-Wade was right. He showed that he could play at this level, at a very high level. You know what I'm saying? So he may get that opportunity again. But at the end of the day, Ken, beautiful Olympics. 2028 is going to be in LA. Me and my wife has already been talking about, how we're going to try to make that happen. Because, I think it's the only city. I think there's only one other city, I can't think of it right now, that hosted the Olympics 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So it'll probably be a very long time before we see that again. It may not be in our lifetime or, young enough to go do something like that. So got to take advantage, Ken. We're going to try to make it 2028 in LA.
That would be dope to see the USA basketball team play.
Man, track and field. I know you don't like some of the other sports, Ken. But bro, like at least track and field and basketball, like you gotta go watch that.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm there, I'm probably gonna end up watching a lot of other stuff while I'm there. It'd be silly to just watch that one thing, but we'll cross that road when we get there. Anyway, man, that's gonna do it for us, man. Let us know what you guys think. We'll catch you guys next time. We out. Peace.
Peace.